Good morning on this rainy day. It's raining.
It is.
Rained all night. Rained this morning. I've been collecting rainwater. A good amount of it. I think it's supposed to rain at least half of today. But figured we had some time. We've been looking through comments of ours and stuff, of that nature, and reading, comments on my channel and Jaylena's channel, and then of course Crockers. And people have this thing with Jaylena and Melisa, and they think it's a competition.
Here's the thing. I don't know Melisa. I have nothing against her. And as far as I know, as some of you know, I didn't watch the Crockers. I didn't watch Cocky the Crockers. I didn't keep up with any of that. Jason and her were just friends. And Jason and I are just friends. There's certain people out there, and you know who you are, and you're probably watching this, even though you seem to hate both of us.
Yeah.
And there's people that were totally that I didn't know were commenting on Jason's channel, but were totally super nice and commented positive things on my channel before, and now that I'm hanging out with Jason again, they hate me. So it's people that have literally said that I'm crazy and mentally unstable, yet they're creating drama and they're stirring drama into a pot that doesn't even exist.
Yes. So whenever Melisa and I met, Jaylena and I, when we first started dating, we dated for a month and then kind of split ways for a little bit. It was a weird time at that point with us because before we dated, she was in another relationship, and she talked about that before in her videos. And she moved in with me and Jared, and then, at that point you didn't have a car. I guess you were working at the same job, and
I was working from home though.
Yeah, and then you had to go work in the office.
I didn't have to go work in the office. I decided to go work in the office.
Well, because I was working there, Jared worked in the office. It was just a really weird time, I guess, and I don't know. I can't, I guess, take that time and remember everything good on the best memory in the world, but we ended up splitting up for, a month or so, and that's when I met Melisa, and it was literally over the tiny house stuff, and then hung out the one time, and then Melisa came up here 3 years later, as you guys know, and at this point, Jaylena and I had no intentions of really seeing each other. When we split, we basically were just hey, you do you, I'll do me, that type of thing, and you guys saw it unfold on YouTube. And then Melisa came up, and then at that point with Melisa, again, just like I said before, it was kind of just the lack of communication is why I pretty much told her she didn't need to come back. And I even said in the video, she has her channel, please go and follow her adventures and stuff like that. Same thing with Jaylena when we split up and I was moving up here, she stayed there. I said, she's got her channel. If you'd like to keep up with her, go over there. You don't need to talk about me on her channel. You don't need to really talk about her on my channel. Just let us do our thing. Well, it's the same thing with Melisa now. When it was Jaylena and I, y'all guys pick sides. Now y'all are picking sides between Jaylena and Melisa.
It's just dumb.
Yeah, when in reality, you should just support everybody. Now, if you don't like Melisa for a certain reason, outside of that, just don't watch her channel. You don't need to go post on Melissa's channel and talk trash about, me or Jaylena. That has nothing to do with Melissa's channel. And, if you want to go to Jaylena's channel about the van, you don't need to go say, oh, I bet Melisa would do this better. And then on the Crockers, you don't need to say, oh, Jason, you dumped Melisa to get Jaylena up here. It's none of that is really the case. And I get it. And I'm going to say this the most PG way. Everyone has a belly button, I'll say that, instead of the back hole, the front hole in your stomach. And it's just like opinions, you know. Everyone has one. So, you know, you guys can say whatever you want. But the reason this video is Jaylena actually brought it up to me, and she said, what do you think if I did a video on Melisa? And I was like, what do you mean, or whatever? And she's just like, I want to squash the beef that everyone thinks we have, because there is no beef. So if we, you know, talk to you guys about it, maybe you guys can understand there's no beef between any of us. We're literally three people just trying to live a not so normal life. I don't know. I'm trying to live out here in the woods doing tiny house. Jaylena's trying to do a van. It happened that Melisa wants to do a van. You know, maybe they can even collaborate someday.
I mean, like I said, I don't know her, and I have nothing against her. And recently, I did watch some of her videos, and I've gone through the comments, and it's just, it blows my mind, the things that people say, and like the stuff that people comment on my channel and stuff. And it's really unnecessary. And I'm all about, you know, supporting women, and like building each other up and not tearing each other down. Like, I'm the type of person that if I see a girl like at a concert or just, you know, somewhere, and I try and be nice and compliment them. I hate when women tear other women down to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, nothing against her. To me, and there was a comment the other day that someone said, oh, Jaylena's a hard worker. And then on that comment turned into an argument about how Melisa's also a hard worker. No one said she wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, like I said, I didn't watch the videos. I'm sure she was just as much as a hard worker as I am. I know Jason wouldn't have her up here if she wasn't. Yeah. So, and like he said, you know, we're both obviously into the van life thing, and I would not be opposed to doing some type of collaboration one day. You know, it's not that big of a deal that people are making it out to be.
Well, I think it's because most people made it out to be that
y'all were in a relationship,
yes,
and now we're in a relationship, and
yes,
that's just not the case.
No, and I've talked about it over and over. Is, you know, I had the whole video out there, you know, my feelings on Melisa, you know, and I said we're just friends. I said I don't know what the future holds, but, you know, we're just friends. And then when Jaylena, you know, came up, again, we were not expecting that at all. The only reason we even saw each other was because of the divorce papers, and we realized when we saw each other, it's not as awkward as we thought, you know, it's not as bad. And, you know,
well, for years we were best friends.
Yeah, and I mean, we literally were with each other every single day for years straight, and we worked together, we lived together, we started YouTube together, we did everything together. And I mean, it was so much to the point of like, hey, I'm going to the post office, you know, and Jaylena grabbed her purse and jump in the truck, and we go to the post office. Or she'd be like, hey, I need something from Walmart. We'd get in the truck, we'd go to Walmart, you know. It wasn't ever, you know, hey, I need to go to Walmart, and she'd just run to Walmart and just be gone. Or I'd be like, hey, where'd she go? It was more one of those like, hey, you want to go? You know, and it's kind of like when you have a roommate, I guess, you know, even when you're not dating, you're like, hey, going to Walmart, you want to go? You know, me and Jared do that all the time. And, well, whenever I lived there.
And me and Jessica do that when we're together.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that we kind of became super, super close friends. Of course, we have friends of our own. But when you live kind of out in the country, you know, you kind of do your own thing. Then we went to the ranch. And there's no questioning it. We had our problems. You know, I guess we kind of touched on this. I guess it was Coffee Crockers. You know, I think we both figured stuff out about ourselves and all that. But, I mean, this video is pretty much, if you guys think there's some competition or hate or anger or whatever between Melisa and Jaylena, we can't speak for Melisa because I haven't really, you know, we haven't talked to her about it. But when
like I said, I don't know her.
Yeah, when she was up here, I mean, it's not like we sat here and bashed Jaylena all day long. You know, that's not what we did. So as far as I know, I don't think Melisa has any hard feelings towards Jaylena.
And I don't see why she would.
Yeah, and so, whenever, the video I did on the Crockers, and it was, Melissa would do great on her own, that type of thing. I even asked you, I said in there, if you'd like to follow her journey, please go subscribe to her channel and stay, do all that stuff. And I meant it. And if you don't want to watch, that's fine. But it doesn't need to be one of those where she has to go through 50 comments about me not know how to build, or Jaylena being a better, worker than her, or whatever it may be.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, and she doesn't need that on her channel. I get why some of you guys are doing it. You feel like you need to have my back, or her back, or Melissa's back. That's not the case, and it's just really, truly tearing the channels down, all three of them. And if you continue it, that's basically where the channels are going to go. It's going to go to where we have to, address these issues, because the majority of comments are like that, and we don't want to do that. We just want to move on with our lives. And it's like I said whenever Melissa wasn't going to come back up, I said she's more than welcome to come up to the river and visit, do whatever she wants. If she wanted to bring her van up here and help get it built out or whatever, she's more than welcome. It was just at that point, it was just no longer going to be, I guess, a paid thing for her coming up here helping with the tiny house, and that was it. And as far as Jaylena and Melissa go, Jaylena goes back to Dallas. She doesn't live here permanently. There's a chance that she can go back and Melissa gets a van, or Melissa helps her fix the van while they're there, or who knows? I don't know. Maybe they never hang out. I don't know what's going to happen, but there doesn't need to be this, is the right word, animosity that shouldn't be there. I don't know. It's a big word, but sounds good, right?
What does
there
that
doesn't
mean?
need to be this animosity.
Why did we both go to that accent?
Because it's the intelligent. I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and they said anytime you hear like this certain accent, you think, man, they're intelligent. But if you got someone up here talking like Dale, and you said the animosity, you'd say, what kind of animal is that? What kind of roadkill is that?
Is that what you're eating for dinner?
Yeah, I just figured while my hair is wet and it looks like I combed it and I look all intelligent.
Yeah, I look like I just got out of the shower.
But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for that. Guys, there's no hard feelings with any of us. Life happens. Jaylene and I have talked about many things, and we've both realized in life the past is the past, and you gotta let it go. And I hope that you guys can do the same, because when you hold on to the past, and I know a lot of you say, because I get it all the time, Jason, we don't need these therapy sessions from you. You don't even have your own life together. I understand that.
I wouldn't say this is a therapy session.
No,
I wouldn't say any of the Coffee of the Crockers is a therapy session.
Oh, but I get those comments.
More, if anything, it's more of a therapy session for you and not for the viewers.
Yeah, of course. I'm just here venting. I don't really have a whole lot of people to talk to.
If you enjoy watching Coffee with the Crockers, watch it. If you don't watch it. I think it's funny when people comment on Coffee with the Crockers and say, why y'all talk so much, get to work. It's like that.
This is Coffee with the Crockers.
Yeah, it's not. Every video is talking.
Yeah, unfortunately, someone also pointed out in a comment before, nothing else though, but said a lot of people are a sandwich short of a picnic. And I think that's the thing, is some people just don't think past the common sense part. And it's like my mom always says, common sense ain't so common. So unfortunately, people want to see what they want to see, hear what they want to hear. It doesn't matter what anything else, but I mean, we can ramble all day. I'm not going to keep rambling. I guess the moral of the story today, kids, is shut up. No, not you shut up. You people shut up with the comments. I'm sick and tired of seeing them.
I feel like, in a sense, YouTube is a community, especially if you're in the same niches and stuff. And it's like, if me and Melissa are both trying to do van life, the best thing for both of us is to come together.
Yeah.
And not, of course, I don't think she'd ever bash me, and I would never bash her. But it's always nice to know people in that community, because if I'm traveling alone and she's traveling alone, the best thing that you could do is to meet other van lifers that you can trust and that and meet up and like camp together, and so you're not really alone. It's definitely you want to try and make it more of a community and not a battlefield.
Yeah, and on that, you guys know if, me personally, if I don't like someone, you'll know. I have had no problems putting videos out, throwing people under the bus, per se, I guess. So, you'd know if there was something, you know, if there was anger, you know, or bad feelings between Melissa and I, or Jaylena and Melissa, or whatever. It would be out there, and I don't have a problem doing that, but there's not. So, if you guys can just let things go, you don't have to try to... I feel like some people do it to feel like, so I know that they have my back, or you know that they have their back, or Melissa, you know, Melissa knows that they have their back. You don't need to do that.
I just want to say, this is the last thing I'm going to say. All I'm going to say is, there's a couple of women out there commenting on videos, being very, very, very rude and disrespectful. And I just want to say, you know who you are, and shame on you for tearing women down when that is the last thing that you should be doing.
And a couple of dudes, too. It's funny, I'll call them out.
It means more to me when a woman does it, because it's just,
well, yeah.
I don't know, I'm a woman, and I would never do that.
Yeah.
So shame on you.
Yeah, and there's people...
I don't care about your opinion, but it makes you look very low on the scale.
Well, and on that, and I'm going to call them out, there's two of them recently. It's IP Man is the name, and CC Ryder. The one I'm most disappointed in, CC Ryder.
He's been around forever.
For a long time, and you have played the game, buddy.
He's always up and down. One day he loves you, one day he hates you.
Oh, he writes these rants to me. Some days, yeah, he likes me, sometimes he hates me. But he was on Melissa's channel talking trash about me. He said some inappropriate things to Jaylena in the past. So I'm going to call you out, buddy. CC Ryder, if you're watching, get your together. I'll start doing screenshots if you want. We got screenshots of all the stuff that you've put out there that's not so great. So if any of you guys are playing the field like that and talking trash and being inappropriate, I'll start calling you out. So this is not to scare you, it's to hold you accountable. So have some respect. And so on that, we're going to end the video. And I guess the only way I can end this is, guys, the past is the past. Same thing with Jaylena and I. If Jaylena and I can go through a divorce and it get pretty ugly, behind the scenes, you know, all that, every relationship does it. And if you're saying, oh my gosh, like it got ugly, shut up, because you're a liar. Every relationship, it gets kind of nasty towards the end, and you say things you don't mean, you know, stuff of that nature. I admit it. And you know, if we can let the past be the past, I think you guys can. You guys get 15 to 30 minutes of our day 2 or 3 times a week. We live this every day. So if we can let it go, you guys can let it go.
For those of you that don't know how to be kind, start working on yourselves and build someone up instead of tearing someone down.
Yeah, and I know Jason's the last person to ever be kind. I get it. Like I said earlier, I put my videos out bashing people, I guess. I'm trying to do better. And
no one's perfect.
No.
I'm not perfect. Jason's not perfect.
Close.
Not really.
But if I could try to make a difference, I guess you could try to make a difference in your life. And I don't know, one day at a time, I guess. That's the only way to do it. And I've seen a lot of comments recently. I know we've already said we're getting off about 10 times. You know how this goes. A few people, a good handful, have said, wow, like, Jason, you've really matured. You know, you've earned my respect back, you know, with Jaylena coming up here and how I handle certain situations and stuff. And I'm not perfect. And I'm trying to be better. And it's easier to be better when your head's not full of all the other things going on in the comments. So either, hopefully, you guys that are doing this can stop that, or I just won't read comments anymore. So that will ruin it for the good people. And I always say, I'm just not going to read comments anymore. And every single time I say, but Nick and Linda comment, and I don't want to not see their comments.
You have your favorites out there.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of favorites, but
the people that actually mean something to
yeah,
you, that you feel like you kind of know.
Yeah, and we know Nick and Linda. We've met them. We stayed at their house. We became family, and I don't want to have to let those comments go because of the other people. So we're just asking, from this point on, let the past be the past. There's nothing there.
Nope. And one thing that's helped me the last 7 months, 8 months, whatever it is, I've been learning to be more kind to myself, and that's helped me just be a better person in general. So yeah, maybe try and be nicer to yourself.
I thought you were going to say a voodoo doll and a me.
Has your back been hurting?
Yeah, a lot. I thought I was just sleeping on the rocks out here, but it was Jaylena. I saw videos. She didn't know I went through her phone. And she'd put the doll down on the floor. And she'd go down. I'm like, is she about to kiss the doll? And then she gets up. And then just like elbows it. Does some wrestling moves.
The lighter fluid.
The propane torch.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I thought my ears were burning because someone was talking about me. No, Jaylena's burning that doll. But yeah, we're going to jump off. I know this was about 10 minutes past when we said we were going to jump off the first time, but yeah, that's my life. You know how it goes. So, it's raining today. It'll be interesting. You said office day?
I said obviously.
But it's going to be an office day, and going through emails, trying to get some messages, reply to, collecting rainwater. We're going to hit up the movie theater, a.k.a. the van with the TV in it. And
bought some movies yesterday because we watched all the movies that we have like 300 times each. So
yeah, so we'll be doing that, and then if it doesn't rain too bad, then we'll try to get some work done. But yep, so see you on the next one. To wrap this whole 22-minute video up in 10 seconds, be nice. Leave each channel alone with the bad comments.
Be a little less dramatic, will ya?
Yeah, and from now on, if you got something to say, you can